We are live. Welcome to the Mythos Mystery Society presents. What is this one? Thanksgiving MythosCon 2024. Thanksgiving, brought to you by Schmuckies. Schmuckies. It's a damn cold night for one of these sort of things. Schmuckies. So we have two new people here. That's Rob and Matt, who me and Ty went to drama club in high school with. So that's really fun. You don't know about the Schmuckies thing. It started as a joke, but it is literally now a real business because I made it my business for publishing my book. So it used to be a joke that we were sponsored by Schmuckies, but now it's not a joke anymore. And I can say whatever I want is the tagline. With that, we're playing The Coldest Walk, which is a Trail of Cthulhu scenario, which works in the Gumshoe system. And this is the final night of Thanksgiving, so that'll be fun. With that, we could go around and introduce ourselves really quickly and the character we're playing. I'll throw it over to Ty first. Ty, if you'd like to go ahead.
I am Ty. I am playing Linc Hansen. He is the son of Beau Hansen. He is a slightly emo conspiracy theorist.
How old is your character again, too?
I'm going to say 19.
19. Okay, yeah. Cool. And then we'll throw it over to Matt.
Thank you. My name is Matt. I will be playing Beau Hansen. He is a 41-year-old father, estranged from his emo son Linc, who he never gets the name right, always calls Lincoln, even though he hates it. And mostly just excited to be playing.
Awesome. And we'll throw it over to Rob. Good job.
Sorry, Rob Nosek. I'll be playing Swiftfoot Patches Hansen, who's also the estranged brother to Beau Hansen. I think he's 37. There's been a lot of drugs. It's fine. All right, he just travels the woods and the world, sometimes on a train, sometimes in a person's car. It happens.
Sometimes in the back of a truck. They don't know about it. It's school.
It's just wake up. They're like, "Who are you?" Hey, my name is Swiftfoot.
You got any beer? No, get out of my truck. Okay. With that, we'll just dive right in. I'm trying to fix this. I have a foot pad thing. I'm trying to fix it. There we go.
I was a little curious what was going on.
I'm marking my territory. With that, we'll begin. Yeah, just it's like the fathers out there know it. They know it.
Yeah. We've all peed under the desk.
Yes. I work from home. I gotta really take out all my pee. Anyway, we begin our game with it's the springtime and we're on a trip to go camping. I want to say at least Beau and Linc are in a car together. That Beau is probably driving to take his son camping. Swiftfoot, are you meeting him there, or are you in the car too?
Oh, I'm in the truck.
Is it? Oh yeah. Well, Beau, describe your car, I guess.
So Beau drives a 1997 deep wood green Toyota Camry. It is manual, which is why he is driving, because no matter how many times he's tried to teach Lincoln, he refuses to learn how to drive a manual car, because why the hell would anyone need to know how to do this? It is beat to hell, but runs perfectly, because all Beau does every Sunday is go out and go through the entirety of the owner's manual and check all of the things that he's supposed to do to care for his Toyota Camry. He spends 3 hours a weekend doing it. So it looks like trash and is probably one of the more reliable cars on the planet.
Amazing. And then so the seat setup, it sounds like Beau is in the front. Driving.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's captain chairs, standard back. Do we know Patches is in the trunk?
Yeah, do we?
First off, Patches knew they were all supposed to have a family weekend. He showed up and he noticed that you guys were packing. He thought, "Hey, I'll come up. Is that a bag of Skittles?" And so he kind of crawls in the trunk, and then, I don't know, he just wasn't feeling too good because he was stoned and thought, "I'm going to take a nap here," and just kind of closes the door because it's a little bright. Because what time did we leave? 9 in the morning? No, wait.
Oh, no, we've been on the road. We've been on the road since 6:15.
You're an asshole.
Why are you scurrying around in the middle of the night looking for Skittles at 6:15?
I'm hungry, damn it.
He's been looking
I
since
didn't know sugar
4:15. He
make
found
me-
them at 6:15.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah. This was a multi-stage journey to get Patch's Skittles.
All right.
I didn't even say hi yet, but you guys go.
I was gonna say, so do you guys know his back there?
I'm gonna say I would personally find it pretty unlikely that Beau would not like. He'd be like, "Who closed this trunk? I gotta make sure stuff's in there." So I probably saw Patches and was just like, "That idiot," and closed the trunk again, and was like, "I will deal with this when I get there."
Awesome. Lincoln, where are you sitting in the car?
Lincoln is sitting. Is Patches in the trunk or in the backseat?
The trunk, proper
Okay.
trunk.
Then Link is in the backseat. Link is in the backseat, just kind of like lounging out, writing.
Oh, you're a writer. Ooh. What you writing there, scamp?
Link is writing. He's like journaling his the beginning of this trip, hoping he sees something cool in the woods, like a Bigfoot or a UAP or something in the night sky.
Sounds good. You notice on your drive there that it is unseasonably cold for spring. Like the further you get, or the closer you get to the campsite, the colder it seems to get, to a point where it's like you had to actually turn on the heat, which just doesn't seem right for the time of year. But hey, it's the Midwest. It happens. It's just something you got to deal with and stuff like that. So I'm going to turn the music down. Yeah, there we go.
Link pulls down the armrest to talk to the trunk. Patches, are you getting enough heat back there?
Oh, hey, Link. How you doing, buddy?
I'm
What you
all right.
doing?
I'm a little chilly. Are you doing okay?
I'm good. I got my good fleece this time of year. All happy. You got any snacks?
I had Skittles. I had them.
Can you share those Patches?
I'll ask Dad.
What was that? Yeah, Lincoln, what's up?
Just Link, Dad. Do we have any Skittles or other treats? I think Patches is hungry.
Well, I certainly wouldn't recommend bringing any sugary snacks or anything along those lines up on a trip up here. But no, I've got our provisions for the trip itself, but obviously those were very particularly measured and are going to last us for the gear of the trip. So I can't have you all just back there munching away. Everything's been pretty carefully planned.
If you carefully plan that log up your ass, Beau, you didn't even bring pretzels? How the hell are we supposed to go camping?
Patches, you're in my trunk, so I have a feeling that
You didn't
maybe you're not
invite me
in a
up front.
position. Listen, I honestly, I feel like maybe you should move into the back seat and Lincoln could climb up here. I'm feeling like one of those Uber drivers, everyone in the back asking for bottles of water and little munchies.
Yeah, but the bottles of water and munchies is how you get 5 stars. If you don't provide those things.
Listen to your son, Beau.
Listen, this beautiful ride is how I maintain my 5 stars, okay? Like, this is all how we're going to manage this. Listen, Patches, if you're really struggling back there, maybe we could, you know what? We're moving into rush hour, which of course is not happening up here, but you've been on the road for a few hours. He's like, what if maybe we could pull off, get a little bit of fuel, and we could provision you all some munchies. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Didn't even bring pretzels. That's fine.
I'll get you some damn pretzels.
Alrighty, so do you want to pull off the road to go get gas at a gas station?
Yeah, I would say so. Beau is going to fuel up. He will, of course, check his coolant, windshield wiper fluid, and oil levels. And then he'll go inside where he is willing to spend absolutely no more than $10 on something.
All right. What is? Let's see. So you're interacting with the cleric, and business as usual. It's going fine. Linc and Patches, what are you doing? What shenanigans?
I'm still in the trunk, as far as I know.
Linc,
I got
Linc,
tangled in the tent.
Linc knows better. Linc knows better than to trust his dad with snacks, so he is going to buy himself 2 things of black coffee and 3 monsters, and buy Patches 1 thing of Skittles and 1 Reese's cup.
Ooh. While you're investigating the drinks, the Monster Energy drinks, you see this old man kind of next to you. He's looking at the beers, and he's like, "Oh, hey there, you whippersnapper. Are you with the fine gentleman up at the counter buying drinks and goodies?"
Kind of looks. I guess, yeah.
Oh, where you all headed to this time of year?
Camping? I don't remember where. I know he did tell me, but I think north. I think we're going north, right?
North? Well, there's nothing really up there except for Four Pines. You wouldn't happen to be camping near Four Pines, would you?
Linc tries to remember. Probably. I think probably.
It'd be best to steer clear of Four Pines if I were you. It's getting unseasonably cold up there, and they say strange things are afoot in that neck of the Wisconsin.
Whoa, strange things you say. And he pulls out his notebook. What kind of strange things?
Well, when it gets cold out there, they say people start to go missing.
Like,
the people of Four Pines like to keep to themselves. Something awful fishy about them folk up there.
Fishy. So you think it's like, is it fishmen? Is it the same fishmen who killed Lincoln?
What?
Abraham Lincoln. He was a president, killed by fishmen. 100%.
Well, I know half of the things you said. One of those things that I'm not entirely sure about. Hi, my name's John Wilkes-Booth. My name's Jasper Schmucky. I think you should just be warned about that town. You keep writing in your book. You got an active imagination there, young man.
The only imagination till it's proven true. And he writes 4 Pines Fishmen ?
He grabs like a beer and he just goes away and starts walking away.
Does not pay.
Does not pay. He's a regular. He's at the gas station.
Put it on the tab.
Put it on the tab.
So Beau has found. He's a man of economy, so he found like those like wax paper covered saltwater taffies, and those are 2 for $1. So you can get a bunch of those. He found like a family's like pumpkin seed roaster that like comes in like little Ziploc bags. He got a couple of those, and then he got a jar of pickled eggs.
I am now next to Beau. Going, seriously? Again, brother, with the pickled eggs?
Listen, this is you got electrolytes in this. You got protein. You got a little bit of fat to keep you warm. This pickled egg, we have had this conversation before. You and Dad never listened to me, but pickled eggs are the perfect camping food. You know it. I know it. You just don't want to admit that I'm right.
You just don't want to accept it. You want a voodoo chip? Because I have a bag of chips. You want a voodoo chip? Like, I'm being nice to you right now.
What is? I don't. You did what?
Oh, fine then. You don't want a voodoo chip? Let's get back in the car.
You keep saying voodoo chip like I'm supposed to know what you're talking about.
It's a voodoo chip. It says it on the bag.
Use your damn ears. I think pickled eggs out of game are probably the worst. But this is wonderful.
I never said Beau was good at camping.
I thought you were an outdoorsman.
I like being outdoors.
All right. With that, do you depart and return to the road?
Yeah. Beau settles up with exact change and gets back in the car.
Nice. You see Lincoln as you're as the car is pulling out, you see Jasper Schmucky over by the bathroom. He comes out of the bathroom of the gas station, still has his beer in his hand. He just watches you as you drive away.
You make a friend back there, buddy?
Yes. I think so. If he was
Interesting.
real, if he was real at all, yes.
Well, I also, I'm pretty confident he was real. I did see him. I was never a beer in the gas station bathroom man myself, but it takes all kinds.
Patches, what
The
about you?
Wisconsin thing.
Are you a beer in a
Not
bathroom
for
guy?
him. He's not going to judge.
Hey, when life gives you lemons, eat them. Sometimes it's citrusy.
Wait, sometimes?
Want a voodoo?
I will take a chip and I'll hand you a bag of Skittles.
Skittles! You're my favorite, nephew.
Thanks, Uncle.
He's your only nephew, Patches. And then 3 hours of silence.
Yeah, just start drinking my coffee.
Yeah, it's just slow munches and chewing, and just that's it for the next 3 hours. So I want to say you arrive at the campsite. It's just kind of like a patch of the woods. I want to say you found this campsite on some like Airbnb-esque sort of website that is maybe like a third tier down that not many people go to. Like if we can think of a weird name for it, that's totally fine. Like Camp
Craigslist.
Up. Craigslist. But like yeah, Tentum. So it's just like this, spot of the woods. The bare minimum has been done to make it habitable for camping, but you spent about like $200 to rent out the place for the weekend. And it's got like a post in it that says like reserved, and then it's the trees have been cut, but not the stumps. And like, it's just, kind of just like a clearing. You are noticing it is way colder here now. Like there's actually snow starting to come down. It's not thick enough to, what's it called? Like, coat the ground. Like by the time it hits the ground, it melts. Yeah. So, but it's cold enough to do it, and you're like, okay, it's like May, but like, it happens. It's the Midwest. Still not that weird, I guess. But yeah, you've made it to the campsite.
Now, see this snow is exactly why I tell you guys that you pack not just for the trip you want, but for the trip that you might have. You never know what it's going to be like up here. So we do have. I got the thermal blanket in the trunk. Patches, you could probably get that easiest. But you all brought your flannels, your underwears. The thermals. They're was it your Under Armour? I think is what you kids wear nowadays.
No, come on. I've sent you those magazines before, Beau. It's just a mid-layer of wool. It's a good merino size. All right, you gotta have like a 210 thread. Yeah. Why do you never listen to me?
I did all mine at the Fleet Farm. I don't know about you, but like all this fancy neoprene, like you look like you're a scuba diver in some of this athletic shit they got kids wearing nowadays.
Yeah, it's all about being smooth. I don't know what that means. Listen, just stop being a dick.
You're an odd one, Patches. You've always been an odd one.
What's Lincoln doing?
Lincoln coming on this trip.
Yeah, Lincoln does have flannels. He didn't bring the underwear appropriate. He brought like boxers, but he just has flannels.
You getting chilly in your giblets? Would you like an extra pair? Always pack seconds.
I know I have 2 underwears, but thank you.
All right.
Are you gonna be okay?
Don't take your uncle's underwear.
No.
I got your back, boy.
I appreciate it. No, I think I'll be okay.
And the family jewels. That's the future.
I like Patch's optimism for Lincoln specifically.
Patches, you're only 37. You could carry on the family line.
Yeah, when I find it. Until then, it's still in the water. Just waiting for the next fish to hook.
It's good. It's a good outlook.
You
man.
probably, you probably got cousins all over this damn country knowing how your uncle is.
It's true.
Maybe. I don't wait to find out.
Let's see. Maybe we could do a roll. Let's see. Do we have a roll that sounds like preparedness? Sounds like a pretty good one. I'm going to just say the threshold's like 2. Just make it a really easy starting roll. We'll do it for Beau, because Beau, you probably sound like the person who would be setting up the camp and made sure to be prepared and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the threshold is 2. So now is when you would spend points if you want to spend points, or you could just risk it and do it. If you spend the points and then it turns out you didn't have to use them, you still spent the points. So
Yeah, I
that's
got you.
something to keep in
It's a
mind.
full gamble.
Yeah.
Is this a thing where, like, if I succeed exceptionally, it's like even better, or is it just meets it beats it?
I think it's meets it beats it. You got a point there. I don't know. I don't think Gumshoe has like a crit system. Although
Yeah.
usually if you get like a 6, I might do something fun. But
I got you. No, I'm gonna keep my preparedness for later. So
oh no!
awesome, truly incredible.
I made it so low, and yet
Here we are.
Here we are. What'd you forget?
I am going to say that Beau was loading up the car and clocked his brother, which like shook him a little bit. He wasn't expecting him in the state, much less in his trunk. And so all of the sleeping bags, bedrolls, pillows, all of that shit's in the garage.
Oh no! Wow! Wow!
Oh, you really beefed it.
I was gonna be like, I forgot like the pretzels. It's just
No.
I forgot the beds.
The bedding, not there.
Oh no!
So he's looking in the trunk at this like catastrophic failure. It's just like, hey, Patches, was that a particularly uncomfortable ride? Did you notice that there wasn't a lot of, I would say,
Good suspension to that beautiful little, what was it, a Camry?
listen, you do not talk about the Camry suspension. That thing burns.
Yeah, it was rocky the whole time here.
You're in the goddamn trunk. Now listen, hold on. We're gonna just take a moment.
Yes, brother.
All right, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I biffed it a little bit here. We're saying sleeping bags. We still got the thermal blanket. We're not gonna be too cold, but it's, if you're looking at the ground, that's what you get. We'll put the tent up, and let's just say, Lincoln, you're gonna be happy that you're, under 20, because your uncle's back and mine are going to be pretty rough for the next couple of days.
You keep saying blanket. Are we all cuddling under the same blanket?
Listen, we're family.
We are now.
We're family, Lincoln. All right?
Okay.
Don't worry
yeah.
about it.
It's not how I imagine this going, but
we'll go.
You're
head
the
to
youngest.
foot.
We're going to keep you in the middle. So you survived the night.
Yeah.
Me and your dad,
That's-
we got the outside of the sandwich.
this is my nightmare. Yeah, this is it.
I'm going to tell you, your uncle and I are gonna turn inward to protect some of the nethers from the coldest elements.
Oh,
It wouldn't be the first time that we ended up with frostbit cheeks, right, Patches?
Nope, not the first time. Won't be the last.
I love this family.
Lincoln is gonna softly start hitting his head against the car.
Hey, listen, I understand that you're frustrated, but if you could do that on a tree, she doesn't need any more
Yeah.
things than she already has.
Yeah, walks to the nearest tree and continues.
Right,
Oh,
Dad.
we can bring some tops. We can keep a little warmer if we wrap our thermals with the top.
I got one moment. I'm here.
It's a baby.
It's
Yes,
a
a
baby.
baby.
Yeah. And today,
Hey, Antoinette.
it's
Hi,
Rob and
Antoinette.
Matt.
Hi.
It's a big baby and a little baby. Hey guys.
I'm the big baby.
I'm the big baby.
Oh. You guys are as interesting as all of
Yeah, she doesn't really come in here often, so every time she does, she's like, What? It's not a Zoom background.
What nightmares? I figured with the chair in the middle of the room, it wasn't a Zoom background.
No. All right, but thank you. Yeah, I'll eat this and stuff.
Okay.
Was this from the thing you went to?
Yeah,
Music.
yeah. It's a speaking.
Okay,
Yeah, I've got another one in the house.
We'll see. I had dinner before I came out.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
baby.
Bye, Antoinette.
Bye, Antoinette.
Bye.
Bye, little brunette.
God. She went, what I was the way to do it. Okay. I had so much food before she came. I don't know if I'm going to eat this thing. Anyway, so that all said, you get the tents up. Does anybody, so I'm assuming Beau at least is getting the tents up. What's everybody else doing? Or Beau, how hard are the tents to put up? Do you have the crazy ones that go up easy, or do you take pride in it being hard to do?
No, Beau is a like old school man, but also like he has more pride in having like nice camping stuff than he does in like it being difficult. So he's got like the big like it's supposed to be 16 person, but could definitely only ever fit like 3 or 4. But you know, the big long tent that like there's just the one. There's like a space for supplies, like the sleeping area in the main spot, and then like the mudroom where you'd put boots and shit. But he can get that thing up in under 5 minutes by himself.
Damn. What's everybody else doing?
I mean, I just came on this trip. Beau, you want me to set up the kitchen, or what you got going?
Yeah, you know, if you could, let's say, gather up some of them twigs and let's get some wood off the ground so that we can keep a fire going. Especially if it's going to stay this cold, we don't want that getting unnecessarily wet. You know, and Lincoln, I don't even see a like a fire pit or nothing around here. Maybe could you maybe carve one out with I know I've got a spade in the back. We could dig in a little pit to get a fire going and try to heat this clearing up.
Yeah, I can give that a shot. Grab the shovel.
Grab the shovel. Whiny teen. Oh God, I just had when I like was hanging out with you guys, I was as old as Lincoln's is.
19.
Actually, we were all younger.
Younger.
Yeah.
Wider and more annoying.
Yeah. Now I'm extra wide. I think I can eat.
I've
my
only
own
grown
self.
in power and waistband.
Okay, so Patches, you're gonna go get some twigs as long as you actually do what your brother told you to do.
I mean, I'm gonna light up a bowl because obviously I came prepared. I'm in Michigan; it's legal there, so I'm gonna go enjoy that. And then once I start seeing a little bit relaxed, I'm gonna start grabbing some twigs, doing a
The moment Beau smells that, he goes, Lincoln, keep an eye out. I smell a skunk somewhere in the area. You do not want to start off the trip getting sprayed by one of those things.
Especially because you're all going to be under the same blanket.
Lincoln does consider asking Patches for some weed, but decides to keep going with the thing for now.
Naughty. You're gonna be a bad. You have Lincoln is now the like character that has a devil and an angel on his shoulder, and the devil is his uncle and the angel's dad. Whether you could decide to go renegade or Paragon.
Beau disapproves of this decision.
Beau will remember this. So Patches, you're lighting up. I want to say so. Okay, you've been driving for a bit. I want to say maybe some time has passed. It's starting to get like dusky, a little bit leaner to the dark. Snow is starting to come down enough that there's like a nice little sheen of it on the ground. But again, it's not to a disconcerting level. Like it's not like a blizzard or anything like that. But there is, like, now that it's starting to get darker and the day's going on and everything like that, it is starting to kind of pile up a little bit, and it's like, it's a little weird. But yeah, it sounds like, we'll say you got a little fire pit going. Things are all set up now, so you can actually be camping and everything. Sun's starting to set, so the fire pit looks pretty cool. And it just feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. Like, this place is just like, you don't see or hear cars coming down the road or anything like that, and you feel like even driving here, it was a little like, has anybody been here in a while and stuff? The roads were a little overgrown and everything like that, so you kind of feel a little isolated, but maybe that's what you wanted, because you're on a camping trip and that's kind of what you seek and stuff like that. But yeah, I want to say it's like before bedtime now.
So I would say Beau is grabbing. He's popped the trunk again. He goes, we got the fire going. And he pulls out a duffel bag that is just full of military surplus MREs. And he's like, all right, so now we got the fire. Let's see, I got the Chilean beans. I got meatballs and marinara sauce, creamy spinach fettuccine, and Southwest style beef and beans. I'm going to be honest with you. The spinach fettuccine is going to taste like socks, so I recommend we get that one out of the way, and then we just move forward through the rest of them. But if you, I'm going to start with the fettuccine. If you guys want to go the route of softer men, you just let me know.
I lean over to Lincoln and I go, "Hey, Linc.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna make this.
Patches,
Would you like it?
I'm gonna die."
Patches, I would love that. I need you to know, if Dad eats chili and pickled eggs, that tent is going to smell. You don't know what it's like. You don't, Patches. It's
You look up, and as I'm pulling the wrapper off, like I have like a whole pickled egg, just like pop. God.
Yeah, it goes down whole.
Yeah.
Like a chipmunk squirrel, like bloats up the cheeks. Like,
and I will eat the gummy.
Ooh. That was a weed gummy, right? Or was it just a gummy? Yeah.
That would actually be a great Patches joke of like making Lincoln think he's high.
You just give him a Skittle.
Yeah.
I know what these are.
You were so good to me with the Skittles. You could have one.
An alliance is forming.
I'll take whatever isn't bean related, whatever one that was.
Meatball and marinara sauce.
Yeah, that's fine.
Commonly known amongst the U.S. military as the worst MRE that they make.
Wait, Ty, did you eat the gummy already, or do you just have it on you?
No, he eats it now.
Oh, okay. I want you. We should probably do it. Let's do a sanity test for that.
Okay.
It's gonna be real low because it's just this, but it's funny this way.
I do want to raise my hand just as like the resident cannabis professional. If Lincoln has been eating gummies in Wisconsin, he's either been doing Delta 8, which is low dose and like derived from hemp, or Illinois gummies, which max out at 10 milligram. Michigan can legally sell gummies that are up to 50 milligrams.
Jesus.
So, like, as someone who goes to Michigan for his weed, and then I consume it all there because it would be illegal to take it back down to Illinois.
You say it on the
internet. They go ahead and they hit way harder.
Sheesh. Well, this is going to be even funnier for you. Is this the first time Lincoln has ever done weed?
No.
Okay.
For my birthday, Uncle Patches gave me my first weed pipe.
He gave me a drop of acid.
Gave me a sheet of acid.
That other patch has
Ayahuasca
definitely
trip.
brought the Michigan weed.
Okay, if that's the case, we'll still make you do a sanity test. It'll be pretty funny. It's just going to be a low of 2. So I'll let you know what it is. But
2.
there you go. Yeah, you're fine. So you lose nothing because
Awesome.
you didn't bet anything towards it or anything, and just
Yeah.
It's not one of those. Even if you pass, you lose something. It's just that one was. It's just weed. I was going to be like, if you lost, I was going to make you roll a dice. And then 50-50 whether or not it was a placebo, but I wasn't gonna tell you to make your character just kind of. But yeah, no. Okay, so you have that. You're eating bad MREs. That's just how you feeling.
I'm on my second MRE. I've been smoking for a while.
Now, Patches, I literally only have enough for everyone to have 2 of those a day.
Look, it's the first day.
Well, yeah. So you had 1
You
for
gonna finish
today,
that?
and then 2 for tomorrow. Yeah, you need the calories. It's cold. Listen, if you need to supplement, you can have one of the eggs. And he like sloshes the jar towards you.
Can I do a sanity check?
Is a sanity check of 5? It's a stability check. But awesome. I want to say you slosh over the egg jar. You hear the, and then you hear, woo! Like a wolf, not like a person making a wolf sound.
There's someone pretending to be a wolf in the woods.
Yeah, I think Dave Bruno's out in the woods. It's not that literal.
Not the day.
So Beau doesn't say anything, but like stops talking, and he has like his old military knife on his belt, and he just puts his hand on it and kind of like looks around at the woods, to see if he can see anything. Like he hasn't gone like cold or anything, but that's concerning.
Luckily, you don't hear anymore. If you would like to, you could just. So this is a situation where maybe if you'd want to use a skill, again, you can use skills even if you don't have points in them, and you don't have to use a point to use the skill. You could just be like, I want to do outdoorsman or something like that, and just you get more information.
If possible, I'd love to roll or use my outdoorsman skill
Sure.
to see, like, you know, what would I know of, like, wolf packs? Like, how alarming is a single owl?
So, yeah, with a no point use in outdoorsman, but just using the outdoorsman skill, you would know that sounded decently far away. It only sounded like it could have been a pack, but you're not entirely sure. But it doesn't. It puts you a little at ease that you heard it, but it doesn't sound close. Like it, you kind of look around and you're like, we are super isolated out here, so we could probably hear like an ant fart from 3 towns over. So it's like that's probably all it was. But yeah, if you'd like to spend a point in it, you could. I could give you a little bit more, or you could leave it there.
No, I'll listen. You're really leaning into me using a point, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'll give you a point of outdoorsman, and see what more exposition you can give me.
Alrighty, yeah. So this is a good like tutorial of how this game works and stuff like that. So that's what you got for a 0 point. So for 1 point, which is going to be the max cap you can have, you can deduce that that's a timber wolf. So they're kind of like around, you know, the Canadian area and all that stuff, like close to Wisconsin and everything like that. It sounds like it could have been a pack of them. So it's not just a singular lone wolf. It's still decently far away, and you know that they, if you have like a fire going and like the proper precautions, you aren't worried about it. And you're, again, using a point in outdoorsman are enough of an outdoorsman to be like, I know how to make it so that they aren't going to be a problem. So, yeah. And military too. Like you're just like, this is the least of my concerns. So
yeah. So Beau settles back in, takes his hand off his knife, and goes, "Sounds like timbers. I would imagine probably 2-3 miles away. You know, you're not going to hear a lone one howl, so definitely a pack, but I don't think we got to worry too much. They're going to stay away if they see the fire, smell the smoke. They'd have to cross a lot of woods to get out here. So, you two, no need to be nervous. Definitely calming himself more than anyone else.
You've
Linc
pissed
is
yourself, Beau. Oh no!
Linc is pretty high and not nervous. He's just nodding at the fire.
He's just nodding.
Eating raw eggs.
He's popping up.
Patches, you could slow down on the eggs there a little bit. That's we are all shared a tent.
That's your fault.
We were always bringing the 110. I said you could have
one
an
jar.
One jar. Lincoln has an egg at the end of a stick over the fire.
It's a good idea, kid.
Son, I never thought a man could turn me off to a pickled egg, but that smell is really terrible.
It's on fire.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think Linc ever intended to eat it. He's just letting it burn.
I will destroy one of these.
I wanted to destroy something beautiful.
I think Lincoln has a bad memory of when Beau made him bring pickled eggs to his like third grade birthday party at school.
Oh yeah,
instead of cupcakes.
Absolutely. Yeah. You just grab a little marker and you write each kid's name on the egg.
On the egg?
Right on the egg. Those kids
is the shell still there?
No, of course not.
How would you? It would be so much harder to eat them if they had the shells on.
You can't give children shells.
In this economy?
You save those for home.
We got shells at home. All right. Well, all right. With all that said, let's do another preparedness check. I want to say everybody give me one. And I'm not going to tell you what the threshold is.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I am burning 2 points.
Ooh.
I have 0. So I'm just going to do it.
I have none, but I'll burn 1.
I have none, but I'll burn one.
Bold move.
I'll burn one of Beau's.
2.
Beau swap Patch's hands away from his character sheet.
Alrighty. With that said, I'm not going to tell you what that was for quite yet. You go to bed, and it's dark out. And, despite everything, I mean, maybe the weed helped. Maybe the MREs did something. I don't know. You managed to get some sleep. And you are, let's see. Oh, you rolled the highest, so maybe, and also this just seems like maybe you would do this. You wake up first. You hear, again, like a wolf howling, but it sounds wrong and a little weird for some reason.
Oh, those eggs didn't settle well. Wait, that wasn't me.
We're all still in the tent?
Yeah, you're all still in the tent.
Okay. So that would unsettle Beau. One, like, it's not the right time for wolves to be hunting. And then 2, that noise is real weird. How close did that sound?
It sounded closer than it did before.
All right. Beau's gonna wake up Patches, if he's not already awake. Listen, just shut up. Listen, that wolf pack seems to be getting a bit closer, and I'm a little worried. The last howl that just came through didn't sound quite right. Sick animals do some crazy things. I want to. I think we should get up. I don't want to break camp. I don't want to end the trip or nothing, but I think we should at least get the food back at the car, so that there's fewer things that are going to attract anything to the campground. Linc, he seemed to be having such a good time last night. He was smiling the whole time. I don't want to wake him up too early. So let's just let him slumber. But if you could help me pack up some of the stuff, we'll get the cooler and everything back in the car.
You hear like right outside of the tent. And there's something stepping. It still sounds wolfish, but there's something wrong with it.
Yeah, so Beau immediately puts his hand on Patch's chest to like, don't do anything. And I'm gonna try with my other hand to, as quietly as possible, like find where my knife was, because Beau definitely does not sleep with his pants on. Like they're folded and neatly somewhere, but like he's not quite oriented enough to like have them exactly where it is. So he's looking for his knife.
Are you following the silhouette of the thing as it's walking around the tent?
100%. Just like watching.
It's like
looking
pacing,
for a blade.
And it looks like it's kind of looking at the tent, but as your eyes kind of follow its trajectory, you notice something. Lincoln was the last one in the tent, and Lincoln rolled the worst, and Lincoln forgot to shut the zipper on the tent. So you see the flap of the tent door just kind of like, when there's like snow coming in a little bit. You're surprised. You didn't feel it because of the heated blankets, but you notice that now, and it's just a little bit of time before the wolf actually notices it too.
So silence is no longer my concern. I'm finding them.
At this point, can I quickly slap Beau and use stealth to close it?
Oh, yeah. I would say, stealth. Let's say you don't have to. Well, yeah. Okay, I see what you're trying to do. You don't want him to make too much noise because you don't want the wolf to just jump in here. You want to shut it before the. Yeah.
Because I know my brother's pissing his pants.
So give me
I'm not wearing
stealth.
my pants.
I'm not wearing my
I am
pants.
pissing nothing.
I am pissing you. I would say I'm going to make you do a stealth check, and I'm not going to tell you what the threshold is, because in scary situations, it's funner not to tell you.
All right.
You can commit points to it if you want to. You just have to do it before you roll.
Nope, we're just going to roll it.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's just like this really tense, like you kind of like lean over. You could see the wolf kind of like stopped, and it's like looking around. It's almost like it looks at the Camry for a little bit, and you just get up and you're just like, it gets caught on something. And you get it shut. Surely the nylon will save you all.
Did I find my knife?
Yeah, we'll say you found your knife.
Okay. So I've got that like fully unsheathed, and like it's like back on my forearm, like I am ready to stab something that comes through that tent.
And it kind of like walks away in such a way that the silhouette of it against the tent disappears, and you aren't sure if it's still around. Like it just kind of like backed up enough that the silhouette isn't cast on the tent anymore. And it's not making any noises. You just hear like occasional wind rustling and like the cold and everything like that, and that's about it.
So I don't want to give myself any unnecessary boons, but like having the nicer tent, I assume I have like window flaps that I could pretty quietly peep on like different spots. So Beau is like, he's got his knife in one hand. Lincoln, I assume, is still asleep.
Yes.
And so
Is he snoring?
He's gonna give Patches like a. He understands that Patches has no idea what he just tried to communicate, and he very slowly, in like his flannel and whitey tighties, like crab walks over Lincoln to get to the window that's over in that space, and I try to open just like the top to look out into the general area where we saw the wolf like disappear from the silhouette.
And you see nothing. Not from this window. Just leaves occasionally blowing, and the wind blows. The snow's gotten pretty deep, to be honest. Like not so deep that it's like a blizzard or anything like that, but deep enough that like your whole foot would be engulfed in it by now.
So I crab walk back into my spot and put on my boots, and whisper to Patches, like, I think it's going to be best if we check the perimeter and get the fire going again.
I think we got to make sure if we're safe. You got anything? Because all I have on me right now is a lighter. What else do you have in the tent? You got your mag light?
Yeah, he absolutely. He's got one of those old ones that you could like clip into a backpack. It's the like elbow flashlights.
Not the damn military one. Fine, I'll take that one.
I mean, dude, it's like 5 pounds. Like you can
kill somebody with
it.
Batteries pop out. Yeah, fine, I'll take that.
Hey, don't lose the batteries. So, I'm going to try to quietly open the door, not entirely, but enough that I can step out. In my
cold,
boots, flannel, and whitey tighties.
All you see is the cold, like blue of the night. Like it's just the moon coming through the trees. That's it. And then I guess your flashlight under Patches' control. But yeah, it's
holding
just
it like Luigi.
It just feels like you're in like a little circle of like just darkness around you because of your vision and everything. And there's nothing around the tent, and it seems completely dark.
The fire's gone out.
Yeah, the fire. You put the fire out before you went to bed because you're responsible, and you wouldn't betray Smokey the Bear.
Never. Listen, military, I'd leave it going. Smokey the Bear is a civilian.
Smokey the Bear is a cryptid. I will have you know.
I'm going to work to get it started again. It's going to be a ballpark. Well, no, I definitely have like a shitty Casio watch. What time is it?
Time? It's probably about like 2 a.m.
Okay. I mean, Beau was going to be getting up in an hour anyways, so like I'm.
It's midnight. Beau is going to get up in an hour anyway.
Beau is not okay. But I'm going to try to get the fire going again.
While he's doing that, can I do sense trouble just to make sure that we
Sure. Sure. So sense trouble is a roll one. So let's do. Yeah, that's a good one. How about we'll do a threshold of 3 on that one? Because it's so quiet out here. Okay, cool. And you didn't have to spend anything to do that. So, yeah, you just don't really sense anything. Like it's all kind of gone.
Hey, Beau, I think we're perfectly fine. Like, whatever that is gone. I don't know if I want to stay here all night.
Lincoln, what are you doing? Are you still sleeping?
Yes.
You're just gonna stay asleep?
It's fucking 2 a.m. and I did a gummy. I'm dead asleep.
I'm fucking dead.
No way.
Right? I am gonna say with sense trouble. Let's see. So Patches, you're not entirely sure what it is that you sense. It doesn't sound like wolves or anything, but you do sense that there's something like when you shine your flashlight kind of into the woods, there's something that catches your eye in one direction. It doesn't seem to be moving or anything, but there's like a weird like reflection back at you.
I see that Beau's behind me. I start walking towards it. I want to figure out what it is.
That's the best thing you could have done. All alone in the middle of the night with only a flashlight and not telling your brother where you went. So you're walking and you hear like the crunch underneath your feet, and it sounds impossibly loud at this time of night because you're, on edge and stuff like that. And you're like, fucking. Yeah. And
I assume I hear him start moving when he like crunches through accumulated snow.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But you probably, I don't know if you'd clock that he's like going AWOL.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
but But yeah, I mean, if after a minute, like you might be like, where'd he go? Because it sounds like his footprints are going away. But you start walking towards the woods a little bit, like deeper in and everything like that. The reflections like glimmering, like as your flashlight kind of hits it occasionally and stuff. So whatever it is, it's got some sort of sparkling effect on it. You aren't entirely sure what it is from this far away yet. Beau, he's a decent click, not terribly far, but you do notice he's like when you turn around, you're like, what?
Did I get the fire going again?
We'll say a little. Like it's tiny right now.
It's not a bonfire, but it's like I can leave it unattended and it's not going to go out, right?
It's 50-50. You feel like maybe 75% it will ignite and get bigger. So you lean more towards I could probably leave this than I shouldn't leave this.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
I am. So I noticed that Patches is like walking into the woods. I don't have a light or anything. Like Patches, don't go wandering off with my flashlight.
It's fine. I see something over here.
I mean, that's not reassuring. I don't know.
That's so much worse, actually.
I'm still high. It's fine. No, just let me figure this out.
You're high in the woods, and everything in this forest wants to kill you, and you've dulled your senses. This is why you don't get ahead in life, Patches.
This is why you're alone.
Hey, you listen. If none of you noticed in my Hero Forge rendering, Beau still 100% wears his wedding ring.
Yeah.
So that he just shuts up. Saying he's alone, like done. It's like
as if some sort of poetic accentuation to the situation. The fire goes out behind you. He'll be sad if something happens to Patches, but like right now, like he's dead to me for at least the next 15 minutes. I'm gonna go back to trying to work on the fire. Patches, you get closer and closer to it, and what you start to notice is that it looks like whatever it is, the snow is dipping down around it.
Like how large is it? Or how far?
It's the closer you get to it, the bigger it seems to like come into view. It's starting to look like it's person-sized. But on the floor, not like standing. Like it's not like a figure standing in the forest. There's something on the floor that seems about person-sized.
It's like person-sized and it's laying on the floor. I get closer to it. I try to figure out what it is.
You get closer, and you notice as you get closer, you have to like move your flashlight down to look at it. And when you get to it, what you see are two deep holes in the ground, like decently deep holes in the ground. And what is sticking out of them that is reflecting back at you are two dead bodies that are completely permafrosted over. Like they're mangled and horrified in ways that you can't even imagine. And just they have this like kind of frost effect on them, and that's what's reflecting back in your flashlight. But like they are iced over completely and mangled. And the hole does not look like it was dug by people. It looks like the best way to describe it would be if you took like a softball and threw it at the ground in the sand, and it made like a hole in the ground. And it looks like whatever put these people here like did that to them. So it's like these people are like kind of sticking out of the ground in a way that it looks like they were just like chucked hard at the ground. And they just like ended up making a hole in the ground.
Like a Gary's Mod impaled two bodies in the floor type of thing?
Kinda, in a way. But like they're like but yeah, they've like made holes and their bodies are mangled, and like there's all sorts of lacerations and stuff on them. So it's not just like impact mangling. It's like something kind of like tore them to pieces for a little bit and then threw them into the ground. That definitely needs a sanity check.
Yep.
I'm gonna say it's a sanity check threshold of let's see. You will lose one way or another. You are going to lose sanity from this. If you fail, you will lose 3 sanity. Or no, if you fail, you will lose 5 sanity. If you succeed, you only lose 2 sanity. So the threshold to beat, because this is a weird one, I'm gonna make it 3.
All right, so I got to roll.
Oh, 2. So you would have, if you wanted before that, you could have bet some sanity in order to kind of like displace yourself. We'll say, yeah. What did I say? It was like 5 sanity. If you did.
Yep.
5 if he lost.
Oh, because it's early. How much sanity you got? You only got 6. Yeah. No, wait. You got 8. Oh wait,
8.
no. I'm looking at the wrong. You got
I
8.
got 8 sanity, 6 stability.
How about we bring it down to 4 really quick because it's the first thing that happened in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I was just like, man, did I do way too much right there? But yeah, no, okay. So yeah, you see these, and you're like, whoa, what, and stuff like that. You have a moment to do one thing, and I'm gonna count down from 5. And if you can't think of anything, you don't have that moment anymore. So 5.
I'm gonna scream like a little girl
4,
and then run towards
fine.
5.
That's also totally fine. So you do that, and when you scream, your flashlight kind of goes up a little bit, and you notice one of the wolves is there, and it's like kind of like giggling in a weird way, and it's like a white wolf, and it has like ice shards sticking out of its head and like all over its body, so it's got like just ice crystals kind of just growing out of it in like these jagged spikes. And it just kind of like looks at you with these like icicles in its eyes, and it just kind of like makes this horrifying giggling kind of wolfy howl noise at you, and then it starts to chase you. So with that, you should probably I think I'm gonna have you roll a fleeing check. Fleeing check. I'm not gonna tell you what the threshold is.
I'm gonna bet. Well, I don't want to lose any more sanity, so I'm betting at least 2. Wait, I got fleeing. 2 fleeing.
Okay, I'm gonna give you that. That's fine. Okay. It was 2 in my head. So, but yeah, you start to kind of like you like back turn. I want to say because you passed, you don't drop your flashlight either. And you start running back to Beau. Beau, you hear that? Linc, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you wake up from that?
Probably if he's yelling, yeah.
Yeah, that was an intense.
Yeah. If he makes it back to me, I like both shoulders and then one right across the face.
Do I keep health?
Oh yeah, no, you're not. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna...
no,
He breaks your
I'm
neck.
not trying to hurt you, but
Take 10 damage.
I slap you in the face. I'm like, you're gonna wake up Lincoln. Now, what the f is wrong with you?
Wake up, Lincoln! There was bodies
And then, as if to accentuate his point, a wolf jumps out of the forest and into the clearing. And again, it's got these crazy ice spikes all over it. It's just kind of like, like at you.
As I keep screaming at him, pointing.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I'm gonna like do my best to like seem large. I still have my knife, but like, I'm gonna start making similar noises to Patches, but like way more bass. You're like, trying to like startle this animal away. I don't think the like not physically possible nature of this creature has sunk in for Beau quite yet.
I can fix that.
He's just like, it's a wolf by itself. If I seem big, it won't eat me.
It like takes a couple steps forward, and you see it kind of like, it looks like it's trying to throw up, like it's doing this like weird convulsion, and you see like kind of these 2 strange like chicken feet-esque arms kind of come out of its mouth, And again, they look like they're kind of made out of ice and stuff, but it's just kind of like, and like these weird arms are coming out of its mouth, and like some more icicles are kind of shooting out of its skull, almost like antlers in a way, but like just ice.
How close am I to this thing?
I want to say it's as close to you as the bookshelf is to me right now. So I think that's like 5 feet.
Beau's gonna try to stab it. I'm gonna try to just come like down on the head and see if I can like sever the spine, hit the cranium.
Makes sense
but I'm
to me.
putting full force. Yeah.
I would say both of you do a sanity check quick.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Okay, you're fine. Okay, so you both got a 6. Nice. This is nothing. You've seen way worse at your grandpappy's house. I'm going to say both of you take at least 1 sanity damage for it, though, because this is fucked still, but...
I mean, one of my pillars is the balance of nature, so this is deeply upsetting.
Yeah. I don't like it, actually. I don't like that. Whatever that thing's doing, I don't like it.
Oh, like none of those.
And yeah, I want to say you go to try and stab it, just to kind of keep things moving along. You were like really about to do that, and you raise the knife up because you got like this paternal instinct in you. And Lincoln, I want to say Lincoln. Yeah. The tent is open now, and you see this like thing, and it actually even kind of turns to you, and these little hands are coming out of its mouth, and it like kind of like just kind of scraping at the air, and then all of a sudden you just hear like a gunshot go off. The thing is like a bunch of icicles just kind of explode off of this thing's head, and it runs back into the woods. And behind you, what you see is there's a police officer standing there, and he's got like a rifle with him, and he kind of like reloads it. And he's like, "What are you all doing out here?"
Now, officer, I have, and like in his like flannel, Beau pulls out the like reservation. He goes, "I have a temporary lease for this."
Give me that.
This kid.
Nobody's supposed to have stuff like that around here. What are you guys doing? You know what? Come on, let's get going. We got to go down to the station. We cannot talk here.
What?
Well,
What's that? Officer.
I'll tell you more when we get in the car. You guys are not under arrest. We just need to get out of here. Let's get out of here. We'll talk more about it in the car, okay?
Well, I mean, how about you? We'll follow you in our car. There's no sense in leaving a perfectly good vehicle here. We'll all.
And that's when you notice 3 other wolves are jumping on the Toyota Camry.
10 sanity damage. Beau
is lost to us.
They start scraping up the car, and they're like damaging it. They're like spiking. One of them has like a sort of unicorn horn, and it's like jamming into the tires and everything like that. And then all 3 of them turn to look at you.
Linc is gonna try to get a picture with his camera.
Oh, Lincoln, grab your dad's pants and go.
No, I gotta do a picture. I gotta try to do a picture.
You try to do a picture, and you notice there's something wrong with your electronics. They aren't working. And it's like a battery issue, it seems, not like a reception issue, because you can still take pictures if you had a reception. But like the electronics are kind of on the fritz. Even the sheriff's radio starts kind of like fizzing out. He's like, "We have to go right fucking now," and he shoots another one of the wolves. Get in the truck right now. Get in the sheriff's car, whatever it is, the SUV or something.
Or get the truck. Beau is going to like post up, like trying to move people towards the sheriff truck. I guess I've lost my pants, but we're gonna
worry about that later. Actually, you got enough time. You could go.
There's no time, officer.
I grab my pouch quickly out of the tent and then jump in the car.
Nice. Yeah, I guess if you have stuff on you and stuff, you manage to bring it with you and stuff. We're gonna cut to the sheriff's station, and we'll have the conversation there. So you guys are safe. You're at the sheriff's station. The sheriff sits you down, kind of in his office, and he's like, "So you went on some website, and you reserved a camping space in the middle of the woods, What was the name of the website again?
It is bonfire with no vowels.
It's like Roosevelt's.
Burfer. And it's just like the classic clip art of a fire on top of Burnfur.
Well, okay. Your car is in the middle of the woods still, as is some of your stuff. In the daytime, we can send you out there with a trooper to kind of gather some of your things, whatever's still there, and everything like that. But until then, obviously, you can't. We don't want you to stay here. Welcome to Four Pines. We're, town you've probably never heard of because we're in the middle of nowhere. But you can stay at the Four Pines Inn, free of charge. We ask that maybe you just leave as soon as you can. You got friends or family that lives in the area that come pick you up or anything, or
that's going to be a no from
all of us
on family out this way. I appreciate the hospitality, obviously, officer, and talking one non-civilian to another. I would like to stick around for a little while and fill out some paperwork. The insurance on the Camry is going to need some documentation, police report, that kind of business. That's a thing you want to do fresh. And I know this has been traumatic for everybody, but I got to make sure that I dot my I's, cross my T's. And get this all cleared up. So I really appreciate everything you're doing, and everything you brave boys in blue get up to. But I would like to file a report.
Look at it as well. Yeah.
Beau will talk to this man forever.
Which is actually kind of funny because so the Sheriff Whitaker, you can see it on his desk and everything. He's probably introduced himself by now and everything. I like to imagine the entire drive here, he was like mouth shut, gripping silent, and now this is kind of the first time he's ever chatted with you guys. That said, he is completely forthcoming with information and everything like that. He is absolutely willing to help you with your police work to get the Camry insurance stuff figured out. If while Beau is doing that, Swiftfoot and Linc would like to do something else, let me know. But yeah, in the meantime, it's Beau and Sheriff Whitaker are talking to each other. He's like, yeah, okay, yep. It's Camry. It was a hell of a car. It looked pretty nice from what I saw before the wolves got to it.
Oh yeah, no, I've been taking care of that thing. Since before Linc came around. That car actually drove me and Diane out to the hospital. So if you take care
Diane
of
your
car,
wife?
it's gonna take care of you. I
couldn't help but notice your wedding ring.
No, it's
I'm in the back of the room, by the way, and I'm looking at Whitaker and I'm going.
Beau is actively trying not to cry. Diane and I have, we're on a little bit of a rough patch, but I spend a lot of time praying on it, and I'm confident that we're a family. Lincoln, Diane, myself, and hell, even Swiftfoot over here when he chooses to grace us with his presence. But Diane is she's the better part of me,
Okay.
Hang on. While the room is a little bit silent for 3 seconds, I take a crunch of my voodoo chips.
Yes.
Okay.
Really creepy bag.
we've all had ups and downs with the Farrah partners and everything like that. I'm sure you'll get through this storm. Was it Beau?
Beau. Yeah, Beau.
Both patches and liquor.
He's shaking his head. It's They've been divorced for like 15 years. She's remarried as a family.
She has other kids.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah, we'll get you your paperwork. There's a few things to fill out there and everything like that. What made you pick this part of the woods? Just free deal on, or is there some other reason you've come up to our neck of Wisconsin?
Well, no one is nothing better than the woods of Wisconsin, and I thought,
You can see he disagrees with that statement, as if there's something he's hiding.
I figured 4 pines were better than 3,
He laughs at that. Yeah,
Really?
okay.
Really, Beau?
Beau uses humor as a masking mechanism.
It's all he has left after the divorce.
She took everything. Besides the dad jokes.
And the Camry, which I'm very sad about.
Beau had 2 things left in the world, the Camry and dad jokes, and now there's 1.
Did you see anything out there while you were out there? I mean, besides the wolves.
So I start shaking a little bit. Yeah, officer. There were 2 bodies out there. But
oh, fuck.
But they were, the way they were there, it makes sense. Like they were thrown into the ground and they were just frozen like little ice missiles.
I hate to do this to you, but I need you to see something, and I need you to confirm if this is what you saw. Could you, if you're mentally okay for it, can you come with me to the morgue really quick?
Yeah.
If you need,
can I assess honesty or danger?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Let's see. Is that one that you could just do? Assess honesty. Okay, 0 point assess honesty. He seems like he's being completely curt and honest with you. Like, doesn't really come off as anything to hide or anything like that. And he even goes as an accommodation, because I could see that this makes you nervous. I imagine going anywhere with a sheriff, especially when he mentions the morgue, is going to make somebody nervous. You two are more than welcome to go, although the boy might want to stay behind. It's only gonna,
Beau,
I feel like it's
Beau
only going to dare you to want to come more.
Yeah.
Beau attempts to recompose himself and goes, "Hey, Lincoln, I think it's going to be best if you probably don't see what's coming. It's not like in your old man's day where they sent those 18-year-old boys just off to war without a second thought. Like, it's things you haven't seen yet, which I imagine probably double eggs Lincoln on. And two,
I mean, I saw the cold wolf, the cold hand mouth wolf, which I'm like thinking of a better name for like the cryptozoology sites. And he's already like drawn a sketch in his journal. I definitely want to see what they can do. I think I owe it. I owe it to the forums and like the Reddit to know.
I pat
Forums and the
Luke,
Reddit.
I pat Linc on the head and go, "You keep Reddit twitching that Twitter X all day, kid.
You ratatouille your ass off, child." With that, with all of your, I guess, what's it called? Consent, he brings you over to the morgue. He says, "Now, this fine. What's your name again, sir?" He's talking to you, Patches.
Everybody calls me Patches.
Okay, Patches. Patches. I just need Patches to confirm something. I don't need. If you don't want to see this, I completely understand. I figured you'd be here more so as emotional support for him. But I just wanted to. Yeah, so this is probably the worst thing I've seen in the last 45 years, so brace yourself. And he pulls open a drawer, And again, it's a guy, like a body that looks a lot like the one I described before, completely mangled, like a permafrost kind of thing over them, and like missing chunks of flesh and everything like that. And he's like, "Did it look like this?"
Yes.
It's not the same body, to be clear. It is a different body with the same things. It's not a time travel thing or a clone thing. It's just another one. You always got to specify in these fucking horror things. But yeah. I mean, and if people would like to examine the body, they can. But he's just like, okay. So also, everybody do a stability test really quick. I'm gonna make it pretty low. It's just a 2. If you succeed, then you lose nothing. If you don't succeed, you lose 2. You got a 5?
And I'm down 2.
Down 2. Yeah, you see it because you didn't see it before, so that makes even more sense. Oh man,
what these things would have done to the camera?
What they did do.
So we lose sanity or we lose stability?
You lose. Oh, what did I sanity? Sanity is what I meant to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, just 2. I said. Yeah, if you failed, you lose 2. If you didn't fail, you're fine. Which makes sense that Patches is fine because he already saw one of these, and you 2 did it. So
Yep, that looks
that all kind of shakes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
in there. Done that.
Did you get a good enough look at the bodies? We're obviously going to send people out there to gather them, but did you get enough look at the bodies to see any sort of, facial features or, anything that would identify them as somebody or anything?
I just saw that they were in the ice, and then I looked up, and there was the wolves. And I got the ratatouille out of there.
Let's see.
I don't know why I'm doing a New York accent. I'm realizing.
It happens. We all just kind of devolve into it over time. Let's do maybe preparedness. Give me a preparedness check. Obviously, if you don't succeed this, it's not that bad, but like maybe you'll recall something if you do. That's good enough. Yeah. You at least know that one of them was a woman. And let me make sure. A woman and a man. Blonde woman, specifically, from what you can gather. You recall that, but you don't have to tell them it.
I remember one of them was a blondie, and looked like I don't know, a squeeze.
Oh. It's like he knows who you're talking about. It's like, I was really hoping we wouldn't. Okay. That sucks. That sounds like Alyssa Sterling, or Jarrett's gonna be so sad figuring out his daughter didn't make it back. Okay, so now that you're all in here, would anybody like to do anything with the body while it's out? While it's fresh?
I poke it.
Well,
no one's looking.
I taste.
I like if Beau sees that, he's gonna try to smack his hand away. Like,
knock it off. Yeah, the sheriff's over here, like, oh, man, you're doing that in the background. But yeah, you could use a skill on it if you want to. Any of the interpersonal, technical, whatever you want skills. Remember, you can still use it even if you don't have a point in it or a check mark or anything. I feel like Linc would.
I would like to use occult to see if there's anything that seems supernatural or anything in my many studies I've seen about this.
Okay, with a 0 point in occult, which is pretty much all I can give you, to be honest, so you don't have to dig deeper than this. You do recognize that the body still has permafrost all over it and it has not warmed up in the presence of the being inside or anything like that. However, you also notice that the bodies are not encased in ice. They are just frozen solid. Like everything has been affected by extreme cold, but they're not like covered in ice. It's more like they're just kind of frozen from the core outwards or something like that. it's almost as if whatever cold killed them is supernatural in origin to your knowledge.
Link will make a note of this.
Actually, if you would like to spend a point, I could give you some.
Yeah, I'll spend 1 point.
Sure, why not? The freezing was, unfortunately for the victims, pre-mortem. So that isn't what killed them.
All right.
Wait, the freezing was pre-mortem?
Yeah.
So the freezing killed them?
It's more like it was part of the cause of death, but it wasn't what caused the death. I mean, you also see the lacerations and stuff, so could have been that.
Well, I mean, because like otherwise we'd assume that the freezing happened after they died and stopped generating body heat.
That
so,
too,
like,
yeah, because you found them in the snow, so you might have assumed, yeah. I bet that's what that meant.
Yeah, that's
now
seems...
that I read it out loud and you explained it, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Can I use anything in Outdoorsman to like try to see if there's like an animal that I could like? I know I saw the wolves, but like wolves eat food; they don't destroy it. Like there are animals that just kill things to do it. Like, could I think of anything that would attack something like this?
Yeah. So 0 point spend. The flesh missing from the bodies was torn away as though by a wild animal. That's all you get for a 0 point. But
if I give you 1, what are you going to give me? I'll burn 1.
If you give me 1, okay, yeah. Well, I got something for you. If you give me 1, the creature's jaws and claws were massive, and the wounds were afflicted before death. So bigger than a timber wolf.
Okay. Is the sheriff still around?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would offer that information to the sheriff, like letting him know is like, Sheriff, we saw those wolves that attacked our campsite. Whatever did this, you can see from the teeth marks and the lacerations, the claws, the teeth. They're way bigger than anything a wolf would have. You got to have a bear or, I mean, maybe even a mountain lion out in this area. I don't know if you've seen any of those or had reports.
We know. Yeah. Yeah, we know. Which is a weird way to respond to that.
So, I mean, are you like getting a posse together? It's got to be a bear then, right?
Let's just say that Four Pines has it covered.
Well, the body here and the 2 bodies at our campsite and my Camry would beg to differ, Sheriff. I don't want to stand between you and your job, but like, us Wisconsiners, we take care of bears. It's what we do all football season, and we can do it now. You got people together, and we take care of this thing.
Listen,
hate you, Beau.
Yeah, he kind of gets a little. He kind of gets a little like. Up to this point, he was kind of being kind of friendly and everything like that. But like at this point, he's like a little like a mad, I guess you can say, at that response. And he's just like, listen, what happens in Four Pines is none of your concern. The only thing we can tell you is that we do have people on it, and we will take care of it. Is the best we can. You truly do not know the things that are going out in those woods.
What time is it, by the way?
By now, I want to say it's like 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Hey, Beau, why don't we take up the sheriff on his offer? Maybe settle into that motel for a minute. It's waking hour for you. Why don't we maybe, Sheriff? Is there a diner or something that we can grab some coffee at?
Yeah, the Four Pines Inn has a restaurant. You can get some there. I know. Old what's her face? Francis Sterling.
German.
Francis Sterling. She's wonderful woman. Up at all hours, it seems. Definitely will get you a coffee when you arrive.
She's not related to the Sterling girl that you just mentioned, is she?
She is, yes. Jarrett and Francis run the inn. It would be nice if you let us take care of telling them about their daughter. Please be respectful in that regard.
So how long has this been going on with the wolves? Are they the only victims?
No. But again, that's for Four Pines. That's all I'm gonna tell you. If I mean, maybe other people are more willing to talk about it than I am, but I just can't do it again. So I'm gonna just leave it there, respectfully. But I'll call up Four Pines Inn. I'll let them know you're on your way, and to give you accommodations. We'll get you your car back, and we'll get the paperwork settled with your insurance and everything. But yeah, we hope you've enjoyed your stay in Four Pines, but we would kindly ask you to get out.
All right, Officer Hood.
Peace. No, and he backflips out the window and flips you up now.
I like how he says goodbye, but still has to drive us.
He sends he tells a trooper to drive you there. I would say the trooper is okay to talk to in the car if you want to, or you could just stay silent until you get to Four Pines. Four Pines Inn. You're already in Four Pines, but now you're going to Four Pines Inn, not in Four Pines.
So while we're in the car, I think I just kind of go, "Hey, long time you've been staying in Four Pines?"
Yeah, I've been here about I've been on the force maybe 20 years now. And, here in Four Pines, it's a small little town. We don't get very many outsiders, and that's probably for the best, considering. So. Well,
I definitely want to say the sheriff kind of caught us up on that a little bit. That's mighty. That's mighty crazy story he kind of told us there.
Yeah, he kindly us as a police force would hope that you won't tell anybody that what you saw here. Just kind of leave it to us to take care of this situation. We really don't want more people poking around Four Pines.
I think no one will believe us even if we try to talk about it. So how long has this been going on?
If you'd like to spend, is it a thing you have to spend in?
Streetwise?
No, reassurance. Reassurance is just an impersonal skill. So, if you'd like to spend a point in reinsurance, or somebody, not necessarily always you, but he seems pretty like he's gonna he doesn't want to talk more about that deep of it.
I thought Rob froze.
Huh?
I thought Rob froze for a second. He was just like...
I was in frozen thought.
We're all gonna be frozen.
What'd you say, officer?
Nothing. What'd you say, officer? I don't know. I was just quoting the song that's on the radio. Put that thing back where you found it.
Beau would like to spend a point of cop talk to try to connect his military service and his bold Gen X rural white guy respect for law enforcement to connect with the guy and explain that he respects the hell out of what he's doing, but also there are bigger guns. You all deserve backup. There's no reason that you all should be holding the front against something like this. We saw some horrible things when I was deployed in the age-appropriate combat situation in which I found myself that I did not research before I got on this.
The Afghan War?
I don't know. It was in the Middle East. We all know that.
We all know that. It's that one for sure, officer.
They told us it was freedom. It was actually oil. One of those.
One of those. Okay. I mean, I could. Another man of service. You know how to keep a secret. You know how to swear by it. Some
Strictest
things.
confidentiality.
Some things
There's
are
things
just
I
better
saw
left.
overseas.
Yeah. There's just some things that are better left to the locals to figure out, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we've been here for. Been working here for 20 years. This happens yearly. Maybe 2 or 3 times a year. He kind of like tries to weigh it in, like if he should tell you or not. Somebody else at the inn might be able to tell you more, one of the fur trappers in the area or whatever, but like, you ever heard of a thing called the Wendigo?
Link's eyes light up.
Obviously, Beau has not. No.
Yes, I have.
I've heard of a Winnebago.
the contrast of everybody's experience with that word is great.
I am very familiar. Are you saying there's a Wendigo in these woods?
I'm saying if the local Ojibwe tribe is to be believed, that might be what is happening in the woods. But we have our ways of dealing with it. That's all I'm gonna say. I really don't want to involve you any further in it. I don't want you to think that you can help in this situation. I really just want to help you leave and get out of our town so we can take care of our business, okay?
You guys have any pictures of the Wendigo or wolf things? Just
No. Personally, I think it's something else. But that's what the locals tend to believe. The people in the local tribe and everything like that. So you can ask them about it, I guess. So. And we're here. Park at the Four Pines Inn. The lights are on, even though it's like 5 a.m. and everything like that. Like they were expecting you because they were. And yeah, he helps you out of the car.
Sorry, so before leaving the trooper, I offer him a voodoo chip, saying thank you.
I'm good. I don't know what that is.
The voodoo chip.
Everybody's missing out.
I ate a handful and go inside.
Inside, there's a nice fire on the wall. It kind of looks a lot like the background, actually, of Matt's Zoom thing. It's kind of like this kind of old piney inn, lots of like brick fireplace, lots of taxidermy on the walls and antlers and everything like that. It's kind of like a 3-story affair. So it's like the place people go to stay. You feel like at one point it was like a bigger deal, but now that this town is relatively unknown, not many people stay there. Even for being what time it is, there's still a couple of hunters just kind of like having coffees, chilling by the fire and everything like that. You see occasionally who is supposedly Frances Sterling serving them coffee and everything. The woman seems like she never wants to sit down. She's always doing something. Like every single time you look back at her, she's got a different tool in her hand. Like she's brooming at one time, and then she's got a duster, and it's like you blinked, and she's got a different tool in her hand. She's doing something around the place. And Jarrett Sterling, who's the owner of the hotel, is sitting behind a bar, and he's just kind of like washing the counter, getting ready for the day because it's about to start. And that's what you see.
I'm gonna sit down and have a cup of coffee, and then maybe chat up. How many? Who else is in the like restaurant-ish area? You said like 2 trappers.
Yeah, there's 2 trappers just kind of sitting by the fireplace, just talking. It looks like they're about to go hunting. Like that's their occupation, so they're about to do that for the day. But yeah, they're just kind of warming up by the fire before they go out. Yeah, although I think that's realistically, I think that's kind of late to go hunting. But it's 5 in the morning.
It's
yeah, I was about to say, I think everybody goes at like 3.
These are not effective hunters.
They're really bad at it, actually. Yeah, there's 2 of them, and then yeah.
What's the point on the? You said there was a buck over the fireplace. Like, is it an impressive kill?
It's okay. Yeah, it's above standard, like big enough that like you can also tell it's been there for a while, like as if it's been passed down or something like that. Yeah, it's a decently big buck, but like in 2024 standards, it's like, yeah, it's all right, but like there's kind of bigger bucks out there at this point. So, but back then they were just like, oh man, it's the biggest buck I've ever seen. So that's kind of the vibe you get from it.
See, Beau walks over to the taxidermied head by where the hunters are by the fire, and he's just like, say, hell of an animal. You guys see a lot of action like this out in the woods there?
Oh, yeah, I mean, when we can get to him for sure. Do we know you?
No, Beau Hansen. I found a local campsite on Bunford. And
on what? Cockler shotguns.
It's a website. It's just a website. Listen, I tell you, I'm gonna be speaking to him because some wolves done tore up my Camry, but we're going to stay here for a day or so while I get some insurance paperwork sorted out, and we'll be out of your hair. But my father always said it doesn't cost nothing to be friendly, so just figured I'd connect with some of the locals while I was around.
All right, you hear that, Clarence? Just passing through. That's right, just passing through. And they both take a sip of coffee and look right at you.
Yeah, on a no point reassurance, I'd be like, absolutely, but I don't like sticking my nose nowhere it don't belong. I like to keep it plenty clean.
Good, that's the way to be. We like that here in Fort Pines. Both take a sip of their coffee at the same time. Then the Clarence just goes, just passing through, huh?
Just passing through. We might head a little further north to Five Pines.
They both look at each other.
He's gonna keep trying the joke.
They sip their coffee like loudly, like. We'll switch over to Patches. Linc, actually, what are you doing? Where are you? Who are you with?
Linc is with Patches still, but Linc is like definitely in his own world, like sketching, writing down Wendigo, like starting to come up with theories and all that stuff, and trying to analyze, or like trying to catalog everything he saw.
You see Jarrett's at the bar. He's wiping things down. Patches, you said you ordered a coffee?
Yeah, I sit down at the bar, ask Jarrett for a coffee. I'm still trying to make heads or tails of last night. Just the searing image of what I saw, and now that the sheriff's like, should I tell him?
Should I do exactly what he told me not to? He just kind of goes, "Oh, you look like a man who's seen a ghost story."
Jarrett does?
Yeah. No, you. He says that to you, Patches. Jarrett says that to Patches, yes.
Okay.
Me, Dave Bruno, says that to you, Rob.
I mean, yes. Yeah, just saw something last night and got startled by the wolves, and just trying to get over it. That's all.
Ah, you saw the wolves, did you? Jarrett Sterling, by the way, and he reaches a hand out to shake your hand.
Swiftfoot Patches O'Hanson, but people call me Patches.
O'Hanson?
Rolled off the tongue that time.
Of the flying Hansons.
We are all trained acrobats.
Shut up, Beau.
Now, I ain't supposed to be one to tell you things, but you look like somebody who dabbles a little in the scarier side of things.
And I can be.
My wife and I caught your vibe from across the bar. No, I'm just kidding.
Is this honesty? Are they asking for a threesome?
Are you swingers? Are you swingers?
You have to tell me.
Legally, you have to tell me if you're swingers. There's a pineapple. There's a pineapple on the bar, and Francis just turns it upside down. What the fuck? No.
Never want to say no to a good time.
All the doors lock.
He kind of looks around and he sees over in the. He looks over at Linc. He's like, "This your boy? Ooh."
He's my nephew.
What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say, Patches?
Am I your boy?
Are you his boy? Is that your boy?
Gary, calm down. Why is he being a monkey in a suit?
What is this shirt? Why is he so weird?
First he's trying to. No, I'm not bringing my boy into this threesome. That's my nephew over there. My brother's over there. That's Beau.
Ah, Beau. Good name. Good, strong name. Yeah. What's your name, young man?
I'm Linc. Linc. Yeah, I've just been doing some cataloging from what went on with the wolves and stuff, and maybe a Wendigo, I've heard.
Oh, so you've heard of the Wendigo, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, is that what you think it is? Because I think they usually eat people, and that the body wasn't eaten.
Well, my grandmother was Ojibwe, and she believed in the Wendigo. She used to tell me stories about it. It's a kind of a thing in this town. Kind of runs deep in old Four Pines' history. People. It's a thing that outsiders just wouldn't understand. No.
I don't.
That's right. You don't.
Can you? But I'm willing to make an attempt. What do you got?
Let's see. What can you do to him?
Kill him.
See. So the two hunters are kind of just done hanging out with Beau, and they just kind of go, "Nice meeting you. Just passing through, Mister. Just passing through."
Just passing through, friends. Say, good hunt. Hopefully tomorrow you get a little earlier start out there.
Oh, we wouldn't dream of going any earlier than this. Things in the woods. They kind of like pack their guns up and get out there. And with that, the inn is now pretty empty. Frances even just kind of went somewhere. Maybe she's dealing with stuff in the back of the inn or something like that. But old Jarrett's just sitting down. We hear the fire crackling. And I guess, Beau, what do you do? Because you've been abandoned.
Beau, like, downs the remainder of his coffee and looks around. Linc and Patches are both at, like, the counter with the owner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, like, what's the rest of the layout of, like, the lobby? Is there, like a weird little, like, library corner? Like, is there a map of the woods in the area that the hunters would refer to?
Let's see. Yeah, you might be able to get some, like, local history books are probably out and everything like that. It's just kind of like histories of Four Pines. They seem like they're handwritten by somebody in town, and very old and everything like that. It's almost like they were put out as like a curio that no one really expected anybody to care about. But you're Beau Hansen.
God damn it, I'm Beau Hansen.
God damn it, you're Beau Hansen.
In all seriousness, though, Beau's gonna this would not normally be the type of thing that would Beau would 100% get into, like, the tourist trap shit, like the rack of pamphlets. But like, after seeing way more bodies than he's seen in at least 20 years, Beau's interested in this town. He doesn't want to give away that he's interested, but, like, he's gonna, like, just pick up that book and just sit by the fire as if he's just a guy reading.
Just a guy reading, Mr. Passing Through. All right, so we'll start. We'll kind of jump back and forth between y'all as it seems thematically appropriate. Jarrett's just like, come here, boy. What do you know about the Wendigo? What can you tell me about the Wendigo?
I believe they are a Algonquinian, whatever what you said, spirit.
Ojibwe, man.
Whatever.
Yeah, wow.
I mean,
Algonquin? Isn't Algonquin a place near, like a suburb near where we grew up?
It's just a suburb in Illinois.
Yeah.
Which subsequently is named for a Native American tribe, but that has nothing to do
Close.
with
So you at least had that.
Close.
Ballpark.
Algonquin Wendigos.
I think they typically eat people, and would rattle off things Linc would know a lot more than Ty knows.
Okay. Well, no, actually, because I feel like you're a kid still, so it's like
He's
you
19.
probably
He's not
know
that young. I mean, this is what he studies.
Yeah, but like, I feel like you still hit a good chunk of it on the head, like enough that like Jarrett would tell you stuff you didn't know at this point. Yeah. He's like, okay. I mean, that's a good start. Yeah. See, legends have it, and then like it seems like the room just kind of gets a little colder, like the fire dies just a little bit, and like you can hear maybe Francis walking around upstairs, so occasional footsteps of the old wood of the building, and just kind of he leans in, and you're all invested, and he's just like, they say the Wendigo, at least around these parts, I don't know about Algonquin, but the Wendigo is a spirit. He feasts yearly in his territory, and he's born from cannibalism. They say it's better to die than it is to eat your own. So lest you turn into a monster yourself. So it's a beast born from cannibalism, and it's hungry, and you can tell that it's on the way when they say the lights in the sky show and the cold winds from the north blow in, even when they aren't supposed to. That's when they get you, and he like slams on the bar to scare you a little bit.
Is that it?
That's a mighty story there, Keeper.
Yeah. Although around these parts, I don't think it's a story. It's not just a story, is it? You've seen things in the woods. You saw the wolves, didn't you?
Yeah, we saw there was the ice wolves with the hands in their mouths. Yeah, that was. We don't have a name for them yet, but
unnatural things. I like to call them Wendewolves. They're like
that is way better. Yeah, I started writing it down.
That is not in the book. I made that up just now.
But these are way better.
It is actually.
Wolves?
Yeah.
Beau is super jealous of the dad joke name for the Wendigo.
He heard it from across the bar.
He is not going to go talk to this guy because now he's mad at him.
So, some things of the things he said could be further investigated or known upon if you use skills. So if you hear something, you're like, oh, I'll give you an example because, again, it's a lot of first time for Gumshoe's system. I mentioned something about night sky lighting up and stuff like that. If somebody wants to spend a point in astronomy, I can actually go, or not spend a point, just use astronomy. You can get it for a 0-point pass, but I could go into more detail of what something like that could have been and stuff like that. But yeah, if you hear something that stands out in a story, your character can just kind of know it, and I would just tell you to use that skill.
Let me do astronomy. Is also
sure, yeah. So something like that sounds a lot like the Aurora Borealis, which does show in this part of Wisconsin. So the Aurora Borealis sounds like it is a sign that the Wendigo is coming.
So the Northern Lights.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. See, and around here, when the Northern Lights come, that's when we send people on a thing called the Coldest Walk. You ever heard of it? The Four Pines thing. We do it.
What does that entail?
Well, we send people out, and they tend to the Wendigo. Sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. And it's just our little way of dealing with it.
Am I realizing that he just sacrificed his kid?
Does he know that? Aha!
I mean, still willingly sent her out there, but
So some of them come back. I mean, like, what is satisfying the thing then?
Oh, I mean, that's for you to ask them. We have a couple of the returned. You can go and check on Bennett Dunlap or Leah Fisher. They're two people that have lived to tell the tale of the Coldest Walk. We've had a few others in the past. They're all older, and or some of them have gone by now, or they're just too far gone to even talk to anymore. But yeah, I'm really hoping my daughter and my older sister are going to come back one day too. Haven't seen them in a few years, but we think they're going to come back any day now, though.
So people come back years later? That's
oh yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. Sometimes we just don't see hide nor hair of them for could be up to 10 years sometimes. I think that was one of them that came back. But yeah, they come back. They come back. They're coming back.
Do they come back like normal aged or like when they left?
No, this is the same age that they would be if they were on that trip for that long. It's a long trip. It's the coldest walk.
Are you ever gonna go on the walk?
I'm considering it someday. It's for the good, you know? For the good of the town. Now, let's cut to Beau on that ominous note. Beau, you're reading a history book. It goes into some detail. I don't think any of it really sounds too interesting. The beginning of it sounds a little bit more interesting than later on in the book, but the beginning of it, you start reading. I wonder if there's a skill test you can probably read for this. Probably not. Or history. Let's do history. So a 0 point spend of history right now. You would get that kind of... Oh, what's up?
1 point.
Oh, you want to spend a point? Okay. So you would read about this town, and this town used to be an Ojibwe town, Four Pines. Then like colonists kind of came over, and they were, friendly kind of colonists. They weren't like, blood and death and all that stuff. They tried to work together, but they were also the type of colonists that thought they knew better. The Ojibwe tribe would send people on the Coldest Walk to appease something called the Wendigo in this thing. And they were part of a town. At this point, it wasn't Four Pines. It was a town called Witten. So the colonists were just like, you don't have to do the Coldest Walk anymore. It's for your own good, actually, if you don't do it. You're just sending people to their death, and it's not good to do that. Like, it's all poppycock and stupid. Yeah, and you shouldn't do that. And then the town of Witten was completely destroyed and everyone died. The town of Witten's ruins are still nearby. With a 1 point history spend, you would know that you can actually see maps in like the lobby of like the area, and Witten you see it, and now that you've kind of like understood that fact, you look at the map and you see Witten and it's crossed out. Like it's like a wood etching of a map, and somebody took a knife and just carved out where Witten was. Yeah. But they said ever since that day, they learned from the Ojibwe tribe that they should be doing the Coldest Walk every year in order to prevent something like Witten from happening again. There is also on that very same map, the Ojibwe tribe settlement is within walking distance of the town of Four Pines, because they now work very closely with that tribe because, now they know better than to not do what they say to do. So, but yeah, that's kind of what you gather from this book, is that there used to be a town called Witten. They tried not to appease the Wendigo. Bad things happened, and now there is no more town of Witten.
Yeah, I mean, horrifying news. I don't think there's a lot that I have to do right now. Like I need to like get in the room and talk to the guys before I'm gonna make any type of like, I'm certainly not gonna be like, ah, in the middle of the
throw the book in the fire. Oh no, that was a priceless gem. It was handwritten.
Beau is going to like, you said it's a 1 point max, right? I can only spend 1 point.
You can spend 2 sometimes. I'll let you know it's worth it though, because there's a chance I don't know enough to tell you 2 points worth of cool stuff.
Sure. would this instance yield an increased result? Like, could Beau get into his having spent the last several years entirely by himself reading World War II books?
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you something for a 2-point spend. There's a list
Done.
of names in the back of this book of all the people who have gone on the Coldest Walk. Some of them have a check mark or an X next to them. Your inclination is those people were found dead. Anybody who has a name that's just written, unknown if they're going to come back or not. And if they have a heart next to them, that means that they have returned. So again, you see Leah Fisher and what's his name? That other guy I said, something Dunlap, have returned. There's also been a few others, like a decent amount, more than you'd probably expect from hearing a story like that. But it is more often than not that people die. But you'll also notice it is not a solo affair. There are groups of people sometimes that go out.
Okay.
Sometimes it is just one person. That you've noticed every single time it's been one person, they've never come back. But it was sometimes when it's a group of people, like one of them will return, or maybe even two of them will return. But like, so you get a lot more kind of just details of like how the Coldest Walk kind of works a little bit.
Gotcha.
I want to say, would there be a name on there that would surprise you that it's on there? Like, do you have a family member that used to live in the area that you're like, yeah, we never really heard from them anymore? They just kind of stopped talking to us or something.
I mean, like, we're a weird family. Like, let's say, because you and I talked briefly before we started this of like, how would I know this place existed? Let me say that like my Diane's like cousin used to be from this area, and I was hoping that I could like bump into him and like do a family thing, but like we haven't spoken in 15, 20, like before Diane and I split, this guy was off the radar, but I knew he like lived in a small town. I knew he knew about a bit about camping, and I thought it was a small enough town, maybe I could bump into him.
Yeah, maybe he can help me win Diane back. But yeah, okay, yeah, you see his name on there. It's crossed out.
Beau gives a quick look up. Is anyone like paying attention to me, or are they all kind of engulfed in their own conversation?
I want to say the people at the bar seem pretty engulfed in Jarrett, but what do you guys say?
I'm involved on Jared.
Yeah, I'm involved in Dara too, for sure.
His daughter's name is in this book, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, as somebody who went on it.
Beau clicks a little pen and crosses it out, and then just quietly closes the book.
That's gonna fuck him up when he goes to do it later, and he's like, "Why is it already crossed?"
So Beau thinks he's doing a kindness. Beau's like, no one should not know that they've lost.
What you really did was cost him 15 sanity damage.
Yeah. So yeah, Beau goes and puts the book back, and I would say he's going to approach the bar.
All right. Ah, you must be the father. I hear a lot about you from your two compatriots here.
Oh, I'm sure they all have glowing things to say about me. Listen, I appreciate y'all's willingness to put us up. I'd like to get out of your hair sooner rather than later. I got some paperwork that we got to take care of. But it's, as I'm sure you can imagine, been a pretty long night. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to retire. Are we sharing a room, or what's the situation here at the inn?
Well, if we have enough rooms to spare, we don't really get that many. The place was used to be a big gold mining place until Wendigo, but like we we had we got plenty of rooms. So if you all want your own, or do you want to share? I mean, father and son, probably one room, right?
Yeah, sure. We can.
Oh, Linc, you're. I saw that you're muted. He had something to say.
Yeah. Linc said, "I'd like my own."
If we could perhaps have like adjoining rooms, or at least like in the same vicinity, I like to get an early start on the day, and these two layabouts, as I call them. They don't get started quite as early.
Oh, don't I know it? My daughter is the same way.
Patches, like this is weird for Beau. Like you can tell he's like trying to exit this area. Like he is not normally like
He's not normally Mr. Passing Through.
No, like the sheriff, he normally would talk to people until they like tried to make him go away. So for him to be like, "Hey, we're all very tired and need to go right on upstairs,"
I'm just gonna grab Beau and be like, "I don't want to be by myself. Let's go. Which room is it now?"
Francis my wife Francis will take you, literally standing right behind you as Francis with some keys. I'll show you the way. Why are you so creepy, Francis? But she kind of like she's already taken your things up to the room and you didn't even see her do it.
You had things?
You had a couple things.
I don't even
like
pants. Honestly, I would love some pants. Do you guys have a fleet farm?
I like to imagine the sheriff gave you pants, but it is funny knowing that you did that whole conversation with the two hunters with no pants on. Oh, no wonder they didn't want to talk to you.
You never told me I got pants. I never assumed
I kind of forgot about that.
Just briefs in the cold winter air.
Oh man.
Cold spring air. But it's snowing. That is funny. Ty sent me a thing saying that the Wendigo is an Algonquin folklore thing. So look at us with all this pickled egg on our face. With that, I say Francis takes you up to your rooms. I guess 2 rooms because Linc wanted his own, but
yeah, Beau wouldn't find it.
Yeah, so it sends you both to your rooms, and now you are alone in one of the rooms.
So that was a great conversation.
I would close the door, and I would wait a little bit, and I'd give him like one of these. And then once I felt relatively confident that she had left, I'm gonna try to get Linc.
Ooh. You have a secret knock on the wall that you do when you need him to come, like a military knock.
I'm gonna say yes, but I'm also gonna say that I very much doubt Linc would ever remember it. So like, like Beau gives these like, "Hey, don't worry, the boy knows," and he's like,
Link's gonna shake. There's only one person that would be knocking on my door. Just walks over. Yeah.
Looking at him.
Okay, hurry. Come. He closes the door. Lincoln, I don't want you to remember. Well, there's appropriate times for men to use profanity. This town is fucking weird.
Linc, take 10 sanity damage because it's the first time you've ever heard your dad swear. Your stability goes down by 3 points.
Nose starts bleeding.
Proud of you, Beau. A lot of work.
You've had a lot of character development for one night.
A lot of growth. He's gonna get Diane back, guys. So while y'all were socializing at the bar there, I took the liberty of reading through. Well, I mean, it's pen to paper, but it's a accounting of the town's history. He talks not only about the Ojibwe tribe and this I guess you'd say onset of this Wendigo, but it talks about another town, Sterling, that
Witten.
Stopped doing. Witten.
Sterling was the guy's last name.
Oh, the guy with the dead daughter. No, not Sterling. So it's Witten. So it was another neighboring town called Witten. It appears they stopped doing it. They thought it was barbaric and superstitious, and it ain't there no more. the people here have at least entirely wiped it off the map. I tried to commit as much to memory of there was a full list of individuals who had gone on the walk, and they had a little icon set up with hearts and lines and stuff to let you know whether or not folk had come back. Linc, your what's your mother's cousin? Your Uncle Aaron. He was from this area. He was actually the reason I thought of the town. I realized until recently, but he's on the list with his name quite crossed off. There's
Hey, Beau,
something
You mean Ron Aaron?
Patches that
Or
I know the show is funny. His name is Aaron. It's spelled very clearly. We love Key and Peele. It's great, but
lot of Aarons.
we are a Key and Peele family.
you know how much we love Key and Peele. My
Sure.
God. But the most interesting thing, honestly, is that the tribe who used to occupy the entirety of the township, they still have a reservation that it's within walking distance. We wouldn't even need to wait for the Camry to be back in working order. If we're gonna find out anything about what's going on around here, well, if I remember anything about my time in Afghanistan, you want to talk to people who know the space. You want to talk to locals. There's a lot more weight to superstitions than I think we give credit to. And if there was anyone that I would trust to talk through this thing, it'd be those folks. But I don't think we should stay here any longer than we have to.
Well, when we were talking with Jared, who's the owner, he's a fine fella, not obsessed with your son. You mentioned two names, Leah Fisher and something Dunlap.
Yeah, both of those were in the book. They both had hearts next to them. They came back.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said that Bennett Dunlap and something Fisher went and came back, and that we should talk to them to figure out exactly what happened when they went on this walk.
Look,
Now, something I noticed is when you look at the names, there's dates. Sometimes one person will go out, sometimes two, sometimes three. And man, if one person went out, not one of those people came back. But if this Fisher or Dunlap came back, they lost folks out in those woods. So they don't just know what it takes to survive, but they know what this thing's capable of. They've seen it firsthand.
Hey, Beau, why you want to turn up trouble? We should just get the car, maybe head out, get out of here, and don't say it's about Aaron. You're not. It's done. It's over. Let it be. Got your son to think about.
I want to stay. I want to figure out what happened.
Adults are talking, Linc.
Hang on.
Listen. So Beau like Noogie grabs Patches and like brings him over and goes, I know it's smart to not mess ourselves up in this. I got nothing but this boy left to lose, Patches. This boy wants to stay and he wants to learn about these things. If he's going to do this, I'm at least going to show him how I know how to survive. Because if he's going to run headlong into something like this, he sure as shit ain't going to do it the first time without his dad.
Oh, we saw 3 popsicles of people.
Yeah, you did see 3.
That's more popsicles of people I ever saw in my life.
That's 2.5 more than I ever seen.
Patches, I understand that the seriousness of the situation precludes me from making the joke about calling them peepsicles, but
there I go anyway.
but I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. Brother, if you gotta back out of this, you gotta back out of this. But you heard from the wet blanket of my son that he's gonna stick around, and I ain't letting him do that by himself. If I take him back in that Camry at the beginning of tomorrow, he's just gonna find his way back here and be in a bigger mess of trouble. You can stick with me.
I ain't gonna leave you alone with the boy. You know I'm here for you. I hate you, but I love you. All right,
Yeah, I love you too, you big lummox.
let's go.
He punches him in the shoulder.
With that, I say we could do one more thing before we probably break for this session. And I want to say, just because it sounds like it's your heading that you want to do, you rest for now, like, because you've been up since 3 in the morning or whatever. I want to say you get a little bit of sleep in, so you can restore 3 points of anything. That could be some of your sanity, that could be some of your points in something. Just take 3 points, put them wherever you want, as long as you don't go over a cap of anything you have. And from there, you said you wanted to talk to one of the people who's returned, right?
Yes.
All right. Do you have a preference, Leah Fisher or Bennett?
Let's go to Bennett first.
Bennett. I'm gonna do something here. Just a little admin to make the game go a little quicker.
Yeah.
Whatever you're gonna ask one is just gonna get carried over to the other, so you only have to talk to one of them, and I'm just gonna say the other one died or something.
Okay.
What? Oh no!
like a coffee.
Like a coffee killed him. But yeah, well, you want to go with Bennett?
Yeah.
Just know that whatever one you pick, you killed the other one. So,
that's fine. I don't know the first name.
It's on you. That's really on you.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'm just playing the game, okay? You guys murdered somebody in my head. So, I want to say you get rested up and everything like that. You kind of refresh yourselves a little bit. There's a change of clothes if you want them, because Francis is just very accommodating and everything like that. But you take your showers, you freshen up a bit and everything like that. And yeah, you get like the address for Bennett in the from Jarrett, because he's kind of like, I don't know, he's weirdly okay with all of this. And yeah, you head over to Bennett's. Bennett's house is unkept. It does not look great from the outside. It looks almost abandoned, but you can hear somebody in there and you can see a light. It's now like noonish or something. The air is a little dark because it's cloudy and it's snowing and everything like that, but like it's still daytime enough that you don't really need like flashlights or anything. But yeah, you arrive at Bennett's house and it is just weird. Like it just looks abandoned. And it's very cold. It feels like it's almost a little colder around his house than it is like on the street or anything like that. And yeah, you're here. Here you are.
Link will knock on the door.
There is no answer for a little bit, and then after a bit, you just see the door kind of like open a little bit and slowly opens, and you see somebody kind of peek through the doorway, and it's a woman, and she goes, "What's your business?"
I'm looking for Bennett Dunlap.
What do the three of you want with Bennett Dunlap?
Well, he returned from his the Wendigo, the Coldest Walk, and I want to figure out.
Don't say that name around here.
The walk, the Wendigo, or the walk? Both.
Wendigo, you did it.
I mean, someone said it to me, so I mean that's why I'm saying it. So
just don't say the name of the Wendigo.
Well, now you did it. Can we see?
Well, no, he's inside. He's deeper in. But I'm warning you now, so that when you get in there, you aren't rude.
All right. Yeah.
And I guess I've resigned myself to allowing you inside, even though y'all look like Mr. Passing Through. But I'm just
still no pants.
Now it's a choice. Now it's a choice.
Committed.
Well, why do you want to talk to old Mr. Bennett like this?
Because he came back from the Coldest Walk, and we need to know like what the Coldest Walk was like and what happened on it and all that stuff.
What outsiders like you even care about the Coldest Walk? And then you hear from deeper in the house, he just goes, "Let him in, Judy. Let him in." She just kind of like, she kind of doesn't say anything else after that. She just kind of like, you hear like 3 locks undo and she opens the door. And you don't even see her when she opens the door. She like stands on the other side of it. Like she doesn't want to see you. And it's almost like the door just kind of felt like it opened on its own. But yeah, you hear the voice coming from upstairs. He's like, "I'm up here in the study." And it's even colder inside of his house. But it's a 2-story affair. Kind of looks like any normal suburban home on the inside. Just really unkempt and not well and stuff like that. Like the people in there don't really care to keep up with it or anything. But yeah, that's the situation you find yourself in.
All right. Let's, Mr. Bennett. I'm curious as to what happened on this Coldest Walk.
Oh, you just
go
Judy
for it.
shuts the door.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You want to? I thought maybe. Okay. she leads you up. I don't know who he's not here. Like you can see he's not here, right?
I'm gonna walk a little farther in, I guess.
I take 3 more steps, Mr. Bennett. He's
Mr. Bennett.
still go
Mr.
upstairs. So you go up to
Link
Mr.
just
Bennett's.
talking to random areas of the house.
Linc, this Beau, you're like, this is why I had to be with the boy.
Patches, you see, he'd be dead in 20 minutes.
Linc, you didn't take any of my special treats, did you?
You didn't need a voodoo chip, right?
There's
Wait,
one
does
bag
that
of voodoo
mean
chips
Patches
is THC voodoo chips.
That means Patches tried to give drugs to the cop.
Yeah. So you go up to Bennett's study, and the fire is roaring and everything like that, but it is freezing in this room. You see what looks like a man sitting in a chair kind of like that facing the fireplace. And you see like a bunch of like blankets covering him, like just a million blankets. He almost looks like just a stack of laundry sitting in a chair than it does look like a person. And he just doesn't really move. You could see his hand a little bit uncovered. He still has like fingerless gloves on, but like he's kind of like shaking and shivering as he sits by the fireplace. He's like, You came here. What is it that you'd like to talk about? It's a little
Link.
quiet, though.
This time, I'd like to know about the Coldest Walk and what it was like.
Who are you? Are you an outsider?
How does it look like I can lie to him?
Yeah, you probably could.
Yeah.
Let's do a test with it though.
Yeah.
This sounds like disguise because there isn't just lie.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And all your disguises is just you're picking a name or something like that. Yeah. So give me a check in that. We'll say it's not big. Let's say it's a check of 3.
Check a 3.
If you
Is there anything to is there any skill I can use for this?
Disguise should be a general thing.
Oh yeah, I have 3 points. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use 2 of those points.
There you go.
1.
So you pretty much succeed automatically then because you can't roll lower than a 1.
Yeah.
But you did good anyway. So, So what's your lie then?
I am. He probably doesn't get out much. I am Linc Sterling. I'm a cousin of the Sterling family of Jared.
The absolute worst name you could have picked. You're one of the Sterlings. You're one of the people that founded this town.
Cousin.
When I say Sterling, I said Sterling.
I'm
Link
like
Sterling.
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 I want to say you come up with some lie that sounds like somebody in town's kid, but it's so far removed that it sounds possible. And he wouldn't know. He's just like, oh, so are you planning on going on the Coldest Walk?
We might. Yeah, I think we might for.
Okay. Well, just know you might want to talk to the Ojibwe first, because I tried to stop the Coldest Walk from ever happening again. You can have it yourself if you'd like, maybe to try and see if you have better luck with it. He reaches like a really cold hand, and you can see parts of his skin start to show, and it's got that same kind of permafrost look to it. So he's like just covered in like what looks like a cold and stuff like that never goes away. And he points to it. There's like kind of like a little stone, like little wooden idol sitting on a shelf. It's like, take that totem with you if you plan on going. It didn't really work for me, but maybe I used it wrong. See, everybody who goes on the Coldest Walk has a totem with them that brings the Wendigo to them. But I decided to see if maybe I could make a totem that would bind the Wendigo. So I tried to use it. It didn't seem to work, but yeah, try it yourself. I would really like this to never happen to anyone else.
Yeah. What's the totem look like?
It is a little totem, and it looks like a something. It's like this big. Where is it? Where is it? Certainly looks like something, that's for sure. It's definitely something. Does it actually even say what it looks like?
Man's 2 fingers, slowly.
2 fingers go like this. Doesn't say what it looks like. Just looks different from normal totems.
Okay. Totem.
Bird. It's a bird.
Bird.
Looks like a bird.
I hope it's like a little action figure.
Yeah. Looks like a He-Man action figure. No, not that one. It's the totem next to my He-Man collection.
I will pocket it.
Coldest Walk. What else can I tell you about the Coldest Walk? It's best to bring a friend. You're gonna need it. Emotional support, even in the end, is worth it. Bring lots of cold, warm clothes. Not that they'll help in the end, but helps a little bit. Also, stay away from the town of Witten. Something going on there.
Thought the town of Witten was wiped off the map.
It is wiped off. There's something's moved in. Worse than human.
People from California?
Yeah, probably Californians. We call them Kentuckians.
Bunch of bibs up in there.
And let's see. Can he tell you anything else? Well, let's see. If you got any skills you want to use, maybe I can give you something.
I have oral history or reassurance if I could try to like recount like what I know of the town to try to solidify like Linc's story of us being like attached to this place. Try to bolster his whole we're doing this for the good of the town.
Is there...
What were you using? Reassurance?
I could either do reassurance or oral history.
Both work. You don't have to do a spend in it because Linc kind of did a lot of the heavy lifting already to kind of make you seem like you're on the level and stuff like that as part of the town. And like he's just kind of reiterating stuff that people in the town probably already know about, but he's just got a little bit more expertise in it and stuff. Let's see. Is there anything really cool in here I'm thinking of?
I was going to ask, is there anything like in the room we're in that seems like it stands out? Maybe I want
There was there was there was the totem already. As far as other stuff goes, no, not really. Oh, you know what? Actually, there is. Let's say there is a developed photograph of an aurora with a weird figure in it, as if somebody got like a photo of whatever it is. You can probably take that if you want to try filching.
Yep, I'm gonna filch it.
Oh, go to filch it. I'm not gonna tell you what the score is, but go for it.
I'm gonna add a point to my filching and just do it.
Oh, you didn't pass. You see Judy, you see your hand go to it, and you see Judy across the room just go, like she's definitely watching you.
Aw, somebody was gonna get my hand smacked.
Yeah, she just appears out of nowhere. And then you look up and she's back at the other end of the room again.
All these people move so fast.
Yeah, I don't know. You're not allowed to do anything around here.
I gotta stop eating them chips.
Chips, man. That's why Beau didn't know what they were.
Well, when I went, it was between me and Lisbeth Sterling, which is, have you met old Jared? Yeah, you know Jared. Jared at the inn. Yeah, it was his older sister. It was me, her, and someone else. I can't remember. But they were talking about just letting it happen again, and we said no, we can't just let it happen. And there's always a complaint. Whenever the meeting shows up, the Aurora shows up and there's a meeting, it's always something along the lines of, oh, we should send the old because they don't have much left to live in them. And it's like, no, we should send the young because they could potentially come back alive. And it really just comes down to nobody wants to do it, but somebody's got to. And God damn it, I had to do it last time. Or not last time, this was like 5 years ago or something. But yeah, it's just, you just gotta go for the walk and hope for the best. And if you see it, you try to talk to it and you try to see what you can do. Maybe try and use the totem, but in the end, you're doing it for the good of the town and for the good of the world, maybe even. Just keep that in your heart, okay?
Friend, you faced this thing and walked away. How'd you interact with it? You said that you could talk to it.
Well, we tried to reason with it, and that didn't terribly work. And then I tried to use my totem after it killed one of us, and it did something to me. And I kind of woke up in the forest miles away and ended up stumbling back here. And it was years later, and that's all that I was able to figure out. I think maybe I didn't know the incantation to use with the totem. Maybe I fumbled the incantation the Ojibwe told me about or something. I can't remember it anymore, of course, but I think a stronger memory than mine could potentially get it done. And hopefully we'll never have to deal with it ever again.
Remember what you thought the cantation was?
No, it's been too long, and the moment of the when it happened just was too much for me to remember much. And you see one of the scarves around his face start to slip, and he like literally looks like a frozen skeleton under it, and he kind of moves it back up like to cover his face and everything like that. And he starts to cough, and Judy's just like, okay, I think Mr. Bennett has had enough for one day. If you would all like to come with me.
Beau's gonna just like put a hand on the man's shoulder, and he looks at him like in the eyes and just goes, "You did a brave and good thing, and we're gonna do our best to make it right."
We all do. And then when you pull your hand away, it takes a second, and you notice you got like it hurts. Like it's that when you put your hand in snow and it like turns red and hurts. Yeah, it looks exactly like that. Like it's not like you got frostbite all of a sudden, but like
no, but it was bad.
Before leaving, I offer both Judy and Dunlap a voodoo chip.
What? Why would I want that?
Yummy. That's being nice.
You gotta stop. I mean, I can't even believe you haven't finished that bag yet. Like that. You just been walking around with an open bag of chips. It's a third bag.
I thought we were camping.
I came prepared, goddammit.
It hasn't even been
Beau's
24
now
hours.
mad because we lost so much equipment when we abandoned the campsite, and Patches grabbed 3 bags of these fucking chips.
4 bags.
4, great.
Great, fantastic. With that, I think we are going to end for the night. And we'll have to do a part 2 of this sometime, but this has been super great. I'm really enjoying this. This is a good group and everything like that. So with that, we will do some outroductions. So what we like to do is we usually like to be like, oh, I'm Dave, I played this character, and then we mention our favorite moment of the night because it's fun to just kind of talk about something funny that happened or something. I'll go last, so I'll throw out to Ty first as an example.
My name is Ty. I played Lincoln Hansen, and my favorite moment of the night was pickled eggs. Star of the show.
I almost forgot about the pickled eggs, and I wish I had. Oh, and also, this is a moment that if you have something going on, you can plug it if you feel like it and stuff. You don't have to. But, yeah, we'll throw it over to Rob. Whatcha?
My name is Rob. I play Swiftfoot Patches Hansen. Damn it for taking pickled eggs. Honestly, screaming like a little girl away from the wolves.
That was really good. It was so long. It was so great. I couldn't breathe. I'll throw it over to Matt.
Matt played Beau Hansen. Definitely. Honestly, my favorite part of the night for tonight was the percentage of the session that Beau was pantsless, canonically. It was much higher than I anticipated. And
0 was what I anticipated.
Honestly, that was and we're literally like an infinite percentage above that. So.
Alrighty, and I'm Dave. I was the keeper for tonight. My favorite part was being a scary wolf. That was spooky. I like that part.
You did a good job.
Yeah, I made the lights go all red. That was spooky. I don't know how I did that. I think I did it with my supernatural app that controls my lights. And with that, we are the Mythos Mystery Society, brought to you by Schmuckies. Schmuckies, can I pet that dog?